Hi, friend. It's good to be back with you, and I appreciate you sticking with us through all of our shows. We ran some reruns while we visited family and took care of some family issues, and hopefully you were benefited by them. I want to talk to you today about John Kasich, about Donald Trump, about Ted Cruz, Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders. Yes, but we're going to let you see things today that you're not seeing in other places. Let's just start with John Kasich. Let's watch. In fact, you know what we'll do? We're going to throw John Kasich under the bus. Play that 60-second spot.
I would like anyone who is listening to consider some thoughts that I paraphrase from the words of German pastor Martin Niemöller. You might not care if Donald Trump says Muslims must register with their government because you're not one. And you might not care if Donald Trump says he's going to round up all the Hispanic immigrants because you're not one. And you might not care if Donald Trump says it's okay to rough up black protesters because you're not one. And you might not care if Donald Trump wants to suppress journalists because you're not one. But think about this. If he keeps going and he actually becomes president, he might just get around to you. And you better hope that there's someone left to help you.
All right, so there you go. A former Vietnam POW. That's gut-wrenching right there. And he's quoting Martin Niemöller. Now, for those of you who don't know the quote, Martin Niemöller, by the way, he was a submarine captain in World War I, was considered a war hero to the Germans, became a Lutheran pastor, and during World War II, he opposed Hitler. He was thrown into prison as Hitler's personal prisoner and spent almost the entire war in prison, survived, and then when he came out, he wrote a book called Guilt and Hope. And that book, if you get a chance to read it, you can go online and read it. That's where the quote, the famous quote comes from that says, when they came for the trade unionists, I didn't say anything because I wasn't a trade unionist. When they came for the communists, I didn't say anything because I wasn't a communist. When they came for the Jews, I didn't say anything because I was a Jew. When they came for the Catholics, I didn't say anything because I was a Catholic. And when they came for me, came for us, there was no one left to speak up. All right? Very prescient, very genius. An analogy of when it is time to speak up for someone. And guess what? John Kasich, who, by the way, paid for that ad that you saw, he got it completely wrong. Okay? He got it completely wrong. 100% wrong. To show you what I mean by him getting it wrong, I want to run the first 17 seconds of that one commercial so that you get the gist of what I'm saying. In fact, you know what? Yeah, run the 17 seconds. Go ahead.
Donald Trump is getting battered from all sides this morning.
Dropping a political bombshell, telling Chris Matthews in an MSNBC town hall if abortion was banned, the woman who gets one should be punished.
Be determined. It will. Well, it'll have to be determined.
For a young woman who finds herself
pregnant.
pregnant.
It will have to be determined.
All right. Please hear me, okay? And some of you are going to do some serious soul searching after I'm done saying what I'm going to say. When child killing, abortion as it's euphemistically called, when child killing is made illegal again, there must be a criminal punishment for anyone who takes the woman to kill her baby, for the abortionist who attempts to or succeeds in killing her baby, and for the woman. Period. If it's murder, if it's a crime, there has to be a punishment. Take away the punishment for theft. Take away the punishment for murder. Take away the punishment for sexual assaults against women or against children. And what do you think you're going to have? Does anyone think that the number of those sexual assaults would stay the same? Does anyone think that the number of those murders or thefts would stay the same? Does anyone think that those numbers would go down? No. The numbers for those crimes would skyrocket. The purpose of punishment in civil law, in criminal law, is to suppress evil acts through the fear of justice. That's it. That's why we have criminal punishments attached to certain crimes. All crimes are sins, but not all sins are crimes. Okay? So there are certain sins that people do that we don't have criminal punishment for. But you had better believe that there should be, that there must be, that there will be criminal punishments for people who kill babies, like there was up until Roe versus Wade. There were criminal punishments. So what John Kasich has done, this evildoer, this man is an evildoer. He is a treacherous Catholic. Believe me, the Catholic Church teaches, John Paul II taught in Humanae Vitae clearly that there must be a criminal punishment attached to the murder of babies by abortion because it is murder. That is what it means to be pro-life. And someone who says that they are pro-life but is opposed to a criminal punishment for those who seek to procure the murder of an innocent baby, they are either a liar or a coward because they don't have the guts to say the truth.